nationale de l'Union soviétique et celle du Canada. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Montreal Forum and to this first game of an 8-game series between the national team of the Soviet Union and the Canada team. Mesdames et messieurs, voici maintenant les arbitres pour la journée de ce soir. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the coaches of the two teams. Pour l'équipe nationale de la Russie, for the Russian team, l'instructeur, the coach, Mr. Vsevolod Bobrov. Son assistant is assistant Mr. Boris Kulagin. Pour l'équipe du Canada, for the Canada team, l'instructeur, the coach, Mr. Harry Sinden. Son assistant is assistant Mr. John Ferguson. Et maintenant, les deux équipes prennent place à leur ligne bleue. Both teams at their blue lines. Mesdames et messieurs, voici maintenant les membres de l'équipe de l'Union soviétique pour le match de ce soir. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the members of the Russian team for tonight's game. Le numéro 1, wearing number 1, Victor Zinger. Le numéro 2, number 2, Alexandre Gusev. Le numéro 3, number 3, Vladimir Luchenko. Le numéro 4, number 4, Victor Kuskin. Le numéro 5, number 5, Alexandre Ragulin. Le numéro 7, number 7, Gennady Tsigankov. Le numéro 9, number 9, Yuri Blinov. Le numéro 10, number 10, Alexandre Maltsev. Le numéro 11, number 11, Eugenie Zimin. Le numéro 12, number 12, Evgeny Mishakov. Le numéro 13, number 13, Boris Mikhailov. Le numéro 15, number 15, Alexandre Yakushev. Le numéro 16, number 16, Vladimir Petrov. Le numéro 17, number 17, Valery Karlamov. Le numéro 18, number 18, Vladimir Vikulov. Le numéro 19, number 19, Vladimir Shadrin. Le numéro 20, number 20, Vladislav Treshyak. Le numéro 25, number 25, Yuri Lyapkin. Le numéro 26, number 26, Eugenie Polatiev. Mesdames et messieurs, l'équipe nationale de la Russie, the Russian national team. Et maintenant, pour l'équipe du Canada. And now for Team Canada. Portant le numéro 2, wearing number 2, Gary Bergman. Le numéro 5, number 5, Brad Park. Le numéro 6, number 6, Ron Ellis. Le numéro 7, number 7, Phil Esposito. Le numéro 8, number 8, Rodrigue Gilbert. Le numéro 11, number 11, Vic Atfield. Le numéro 12, number 12, Yvan Cournoyer. Le numéro 15, number 15, Red Berenson. Le numéro 16, number 16, Rod Sealing. Le numéro 18, number 18, Jean Rattel. Le numéro 19, number 19, Paul Anderson. Le numéro 20, number 20, Peter Mahovlich. Le numéro 24, number 24, Mickey Redmond. Le numéro 25, number 25, Guy Lapointe. Le numéro 26, number 26, Don Howry. Le numéro 27, number 27, Frank Mahovlich. Le numéro 28, number 28, Bobby Clark. Le numéro 29, number 29, Ken Dryden. Le numéro 35, number 35, Tony Esposito. Maintenant, se joignant aux instructeurs, M. Giorgio Rogulski, représentant de la délégation soviétique, se joindra au Premier ministre du Canada, M. Pierre Elliott Trudeau, et M. Charles A., président de Hockey Canada. Now, the representative of the Soviet delegation, Mr. Georgy Regulski, will join Mr. Pierre Elliott Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada, and Mr. Charles A., President of Hockey Canada. Les capitaines des deux équipes, captains of both teams, will now meet the Prime Minister. For the Canada, for Russia rather, for la Russie, Mr. Pushkin, Mr. Ragulin, and Mr. Vikolov will meet with the Prime Minister along with Jean Rattel, Phil Esposito, and Frank Mahovlich.
I can't recall any game that I've ever been at where you can just feel the tension and it keeps building up, and it's very warm in the Forum tonight, and at the same time the fans are really on their toes. They hardly can wait to see the beginning of this game.
There's the official face-off.
Mesdames et messieurs, pour les internationaux, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Claudette Usher on the organ and Mr. Roger Doucette for the national anthems.
as is the custom in international hockey. You'll see that they all skate towards each other and exchange a little pennant and a crest. I don't know whether this will be a feature of international hockey if it continues on for years to come, but it's certainly a very appropriate thing for this first game.
Well, Brian, in the old days, he used to present flowers. This is game one from Montreal. Ken Dryden is in goal for Canada. The New York Ranger line is going to start with Hadfield, Rattel, and Gilbert. Now they're going to change it, apparently. They had them starting the line, but now it's Phil Esposito going to center with Cornoyer on one side and Frank Mahovlich on the other. Cornoyer moved out of position there for the start. And the face-off, and the game is underway with Petrov having cleared it into the Canadian zone. Canada clear on the boards, but not out. It's Berkman coming up now with a pass to center ice. Esposito going up over the line into the corner, shot right across the goal mouth. Berkman keeps it in. Mahovlich missed it back of the net. There's Cornoyer. There's a pass with Lino. Big stop. Here's a shot right in front of it. It's score! Mahovlich! Mahovlich knocked it into the net.
You can't leave Frank Mahovlich standing on the goal crease. It's a beautiful setup here. Now look at this. Number 5, Brad Park, gets the puck across the goal mouth. Frank has to control it, but he flips it right through the pads. Oh, it's banged out of the thing by number 7. Phil Esposito came across and picked that up. I think that goal will end up going to Esposito.
Et du numéro 2, Gary Berkman, à 30 secondes.
Team Canada. 1-0 for Canada. The play is underway. Canada carrying the play into the corner as Harlow failed to get the puck out. Gets it up now on the left side. It's a clearing pass to Maltsev, who went into the corner, and it's a penalty coming to Canada as Berkman. Nikolov is getting ready. Maltsev is at center for the Soviets. Nikolov on one wing, a rolling pass, and is grabbed off by Peter Mahovlich and shot down the ice. They are allowed icing when they have a man short. Ziganikov failed to get away, and the Canadian team rag it with Red Berenson, clearing it right down the ice. He and Peter Mahovlich are trying to kill off the penalty. Maltsev nearly was stopped on his own defense, starts down the right side, and Mahovlich leaned on him, and Berenson shot it down the ice. 1-0 for Canada. Fast goal. There's nearly a collision. Down the right side, Harlamov coming back, a shot by Maltsev, a scramble off in front of the net, but the shot went wide. And Raglan recovers the puck at center for the Soviet. Shot on the boards as the Soviet team start to make a change. Shadron coming out with Zeman and Yakashev. That's Zeman, quite a star hockey player for the Soviet. Raglan ahead to center ice. Down the far side for Yakashev. A fake shot by Shadron, and it's broken up by Sealing ahead to Mahovlich, who's weaving at center. Lost him. It's down the ice for Shadron and right on, and Dryden made a good save. The puck rolls out to the blue line. Another chance for a shot. Here's right in front of the net. Oh, Zeman had a great chance with Dryden down, and it went wide of the net. They shoot it down the ice as the Russians have settled down a bit and are carrying the play while they have the man advantage. Zeman going down the center ice for the Soviet is knocked over by Park. It's shot out to center ice. Lyapkin clears it across to Yakashev over in the right corner. They're trying to center it out. Paladiev gets the shot that stopped before it reached the goal. Henderson is back on, and the puck is back at center ice. Shadron clears it over the Canadian line. It's still in there as Paladiev left it. Another try for Shadron to the corner, and the drive by Yakashev was wide. Russians still keeping that puck in the corner. Zeman getting it back to the blue line, only to have Paladiev miss it. He goes back into the Soviet zone, cleared the puck up now to Mikhailov, who's out there with Blinov on a change of players for the Soviet. Hadfield drives it down the ice. Gilbert races after with Rattel, but he missed the pass. Back come the Soviets to the blue line at center. Mikhailov passed over that far side to Petrov, a shot right on, and Dryden covered that short side. Canada leading 1-0. Back to center ice. A weaving pass over the line is offside as Gilbert delayed a bit. With the score, Canada 1 and the Soviets no score. This is game 1 from Montreal. Well, they're starting off already at the blue line as Rattel is now at center. The puck comes back at center ice. Oh, there's a close call as Vikolov had a chance. He goes in on the side. His pass to Maltsev. The shot was wide. Another try. Harlamov had a try, and the defense player took a crack at it, Sagankov. But now the Soviets come in again. A sliding pass was intercepted. Raglan is going back, lost it. Canadian club have to regroup as the puck goes back to Sealing. Sealing across. Ori couldn't get past center ice. And Harlamov got that pass to Maltsev, who took a long shot. Raglan keeps it in. It's back for Maltsev. Back to the net, beaten to the puck. He bumps into the Canadian player. They jam against the boards. A few elbows there, Brian.
Foster, in this early going there, outside of that first goal, the Soviets have come back. They've settled down. And what we've seen is their typical game. They play puck control, but I've noticed once already they missed a good chance for a scoring play when they tried to pass it off in those early minutes.
Petrov is coming out for the Soviets. And there's Mikhailov.
There's a good look at Coach Harry Sinden. He looks
a little worried, I think.
He's pacing a little bit like a cat.
But they've made the change on that scoring play. Apparently the puck didn't go over the line when Mahavlich tapped it. Came out again, and Esposito tapped it home. But it's 1-0 for Canada. A goal in 30 seconds. Kuskin had cleared it over to Gusev. Gusev shot it over the line. Mahavlich cleared it out at center ice. And Blinov gets that puck at the Canadian blue line. Overskated it. A loose puck is there. Centered out in front to Gusev. And it was stopped there by Sealing. Canada breaks 3 strong. Mahavlich cleared right to Korloyev, and he was turned around on the play. He seemed to be hooked on the try and didn't get a shot away at all. Mikhailov down the left side, took a drive at Dryden. It nearly went into the corner of the net, and the play is stopped, and a mix-up with Mikhailov in the corner.
That was a terrific shot by Mikhailov. Dryden had to make a tremendous save because it looked like he was going to try to cut in front of Dryden, but then he let a high wrist shot go that Dryden just got his stick hand on. There's Don Ori going to the bench.
As if Sealing was injured on that last play. Esposito's now at center ice for Canada, facing Petrov, and Mihailov and Blinov are the forward line for the Soviets. Blinov is number 9 as Kornoye cleared it across to Mahavlich. Mahavlich centered it. No one was there. Mihailov nearly gave another chance, and Esposito was right there. He was given credit for the first goal. Bergman bumped into the Soviet players. The puck slides down the ice park with Blinov after him. He missed, and down they go. Blinov got back. The puck goes over the line, was offside, as Kornoye was just a little slow in crossing the line.
So far, Foster, as the line leaves the ice, they've looked terribly dangerous out there. On that first goal, the way Esposito picked it up, and it's so typical of Phil Esposito, Mahavlich made the play on goal, but he didn't quite put it in. It hit the pad, and Esposito's standing right on the doorstep, and if you leave Phil Esposito there, you're going to have a lot of goals scored against you.
From the face-off, Clark is out there with Ellis and Henderson. Clark of the Philadelphia Flyers and Ellis and Henderson of the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Coach Harry Sinden said about this line that it had to have been the big surprise in the training camp. Bobby Clark inserted between Ronnie Ellis at right wing and Paul Henderson on the left wing, and they've gone as a unit here, and I think you'll see a lot of skating out of them.
Well, Bergman and Park are playing up. It's back to Henderson. Scores! Good shot from the face-off. Henderson fired it home.
The Russians missed this face-off cleanly. Goes to the right. Clark takes it out. Ellis back to Henderson. Henderson a quick snapshot for the right corner. Tretiak had the angle cut off, but it was a perfect shot.
Henderson certainly had that one labeled. That makes it 2-0 for Canada as the puck is shot into the Soviet zone. They have 13-12 left in the period as the puck comes back to Bergman. Taps it in front of the Soviet bench. Henderson stole the puck, leaves it for Ellis. Ellis is dumped. Paladiev fell over him. Ellis was hurt on the play as Paladiev fell on top of him. Seemed accidental the way it worked out. But Ellis was injured on the play. With the score, Canada 2 and the Soviets no score. This is Game 1 from Montreal. 30 seconds, the first goal was scored by Esposito. It was thought Mahovlich scored it, but it was finally changed to Esposito. Then Henderson, on a quick shot from Clark and Ellis, scored at 6:32, and that's the way the score stands with 7:38 remaining in the first period. But the Soviet team sprucing up. Here's a shot, blocked. Another try, the shot goes wide and bounces over to this side. Paladiev trying to clear to the corner. It's centered right in front. They score! From that left side, they finally found the corner of the net. And of course it was Zeman that was the marksman who stood right off the side of the net.
Now Zeman has looked terrific in the practices so far here, and watch him park himself just off to the far side of Dryden. Dryden now has to concentrate, and he throws it right up top. Not a goalie in the world would have stopped it.
This Zeman is a top-notcher. He's shown that in practices right through. 12:30 is the time. Puck goes into the Canadian zone. Now it's 2-1 for Canada, and the Soviet making a real battle of it. The ice seems to be slowing up a bit, and Maltsev tried to center out. It stopped. Canada break out at center ice. Rattel over to Gilbert. A shot and a pass went to Hadfield in the corner. It bounced right back to Rattel, who had a shot there when Sugankov cleared it to him. Now Rattel lost the chance when it bounced off his stick with Sugankov down. Maltsev was knocked over. Canada keep it in park. Cleared it on the boards. The puck comes right back to the blue line. Guy Lapointe had a try there, but wasn't successful. Soviets coming down with Harlamov clearing it, but Park intercepted it easily. Then Petrov broke up the play, keeping the puck in Canada's zone. They're persistent, and they're hard to stop once they get in this Canadian zone. 2-1 for Canada, as Kuskin, the defense player, goes back to clear it to Gusev, being watched by Red Berenson. Petrov played it over onto the right wing. Mikhailov closing in on the defense. Here's a shot. Wide of the net as Petrov let it go. Mikhailov let it go again. Goes into the corner, and then Blinov is run into the boards. Slides to the corner. Canadian team having a hard time getting that puck out. Soviets still have it. Here's a pass back to Petrov, a shot, and Dryden had to stop that one. And the Soviets are putting on the pressure. Kuskin clears it back into the Canadian zone as the Canadian team seemed to tire a bit. Peter Mahovlich failed to get out. Mikhailov. Bergman over on the right side, and it's cleared onto the left wing by Redmond, only to have Gusev go all the way back into the Soviet zone. A bad pass. Redmond is knocked over. There's going to be a penalty on the play. Redmond was upset by Mikhailov, and here goes a tripping penalty, and he doesn't even take a look. With the score, Canada 2 and the Soviets 1. This is game 1 from Montreal. Getting ready for the face-off. Canada sent out Red Berenson. Esposito is going to take the face-off. It went over to the far wing, and Cornoyer deflected it into the crowd.
I don't know what Coach Sinden's thinking is on this, but you'll see on this, goes into the corner, he's tripped there. Mikhailov definitely deserved a penalty.
Yeah, he certainly made sure the Canadian player went down. From the face-off, the puck goes back to Sealing. Over to Berenson. They're using their power play as Mahovlich gets it over to Esposito. Esposito weaving back a bit, tried to draw his check. Sealing gets it on the check, cleared it over in front of Mahovlich. He's watched on the play. Now another try, right in front of the net. Mahovlich backhanded one, but they're not shooting that puck very much. The crowd are beginning to yell. The Soviets finally tap it out to center. Berenson, 15, going back to get it for Canada. He clears to Mahovlich. Going in on the wing, Paladiev trying to stop him. Another cleared pass, bounces. It's right in front of the net for Esposito. Right in front. Berenson had a whack at it. But it went wide and back of the net. Mahavlich keeping it in, shooting it back to the net. Lutsenko failed to stop his man. Mahavlich getting a shot. And it bounced off Esposito's leg and went wide of the corner. Sealing cleared to the boards. Cornoyer cleared into the corner. And the Soviets knocked that puck to center ice. Canada coming again. Cornoyer goes over the line. Was bumped around quite a bit there by Mishkov. And Cornoyer didn't like it very much. Canada moving in with Park. Over to Esposito in the corner. A pass right in front of the net. And Krejciak was down there with Henderson standing by on a player change.
Krejciak makes a good save here. Esposito, the big long reach to the outside. How do you stop it? Right in front, almost a tip in here and a goal, but Krejciak slides across and smothers the puck. The Russians couldn't have been doing their homework, Foster. They're leaving Esposito standing in that slot area, and they're going to get in a lot of trouble if they keep that up.
They're having some close calls. 3:17 left in the first period. 2-1 for Canada, and it's close. Park at the blue line. Flipped it over onto the boards to Ellis. Back to Bergman, who couldn't get up. And it goes to center. That is a close call there, as Harlamov nearly got loose. It's back at center ice. Raglan shoots it over the line. Bergman for Canada, playing it back as Park goes up for Canada at center, being chased by Vikolov. He's knocked over. Park is upset. Raglan will get a tripping penalty. The play goes right on. It's back to the net. They're jamming there. Here goes the penalty. Raglan.
Big Alexander Raglan. There's a look at Bobby Orr, and I bet you wishes he was in this game.
I'll bet he can hardly contain himself.
This will give Canada another chance to get that power play. So far, Foster, I think that puck control is absolutely critical. There he goes down. You can see it was a clean trip. You see Bobby Orr there. We can see at the end of the first period, Bobby Orr will be interviewed, as well as Alan Eagleson. And there will be a feature on the two coaches, Harry Sinden and Bob Rov of the Soviets, and some of their background leading to this first confrontation.
There's one thing when the Soviets get a penalty, there's not much doubt about it. They've been very glaring penalties, so there's never been any argument about any of them.
Foster, to follow through on that thought about puck control. So far, when each team has had the puck, they have been very dangerous. So I think it's absolutely critical that puck control is very important to Canada and to Russia. When they get that puck, they can both do things with it.
Mihailov nearly got loose, gets it over to Petrov, back to Mihailov, right in the clear. Oh, right in! They score! Petrov getting the rebound. And it's all tied up. Petrov gets that goal on a breakaway.
You'd think this was Derek Sanderson, the way they break up the middle. Petrov gets the puck up. Now watch Petrov. Comes in behind. Now watch the pursuit. Terrific concentration. Puts a backhand over Dryden's pad. Up into the top.
Great ability and courage. Here's a shot by Canada that went wide. Sealing cleared the puck into the corner. Hadfield tried to center out. And Rattel had a backhand. It's back to Park at the blue line. Knocked against the boards. Rattel tried to get it to Park. Comes over on the far wing. Canada tried to center it out. Rattel couldn't control it. Lutsenko covered him with Petrov. Who got that last goal in great style for the Soviets. Shooting it down the ice. As they're a man short, you're allowed to do it. Sliding pass goes down the ice. Mahavlich comes racing up. Here's a shot. And Tetriak had a chance to test a real Canadian drive.
Now watch this replay. Now Petrov, he's just coasting. He's got to find out where the puck's going to rebound to. Then he gets his backhand. Dryden's pad, he knows it'll be there, so he has to put it up.
Well, it's a 2-2 tie. And at one time, Canada had a 2-0 lead, but they didn't appear to earn the lead or have that difference in the play.
Foster, again, it's his puck control. They both know how to handle the puck. They both know how to score when they get it. So it's absolutely critical that if you don't have a good scoring chance, you still have to control the play. You have to chase the rebounds in the corner. You have to dig for the puck continually.
One thing Canada will understand, they have to fight for everything in this series. Puck comes back. Cournoyer is turning for Canada at center. Coming up over the line. Cleared behind is Esposito. Then Bergman gets a pass in front of Mahavlich. The puck bounces to the side, and the puck seems to be bouncing quite a bit on this ice. Another try for Canada, right in front of Esposito. He had a direct drive on Tretiak, who handled himself extremely well, so there's no weakness in the Soviet goal. That is apparent at the moment. He's standing right up to everything going his way. 55 seconds left in the period. Red Berenson coming up at center ice. The Soviets still a man short. Mahavlich fired one. Just missed the post by an inch. A quick break. Here's Petrov coming down over the line. Passing right in front to Raglan, who got on the ice just in time to take part. It was a close call for Canada. Esposito to Mahavlich, too far. Sigankov went there to cover, but it was offside.
On that play there with number 10, Maltsev, going up the middle. This is one thing the Soviets will do a lot in this type of hockey. You can pass the puck from your end zone right to the opposition's blue line as long as you're inside the red line. And what it means is they'll always stand a man right out at the center, up at the top of the circle or almost to center ice. And of course, the Canadians, because they might not be in the top shape that they'd like to be in, makes a lot of back checking.
They're all set for the face-off. Shadron is facing off with Clark. Clark got the draw back to Park. Clearing it to Henderson, being watched by Paladiev. Now a long shot was dead on there as Yakushev let it go. He's a very solid hockey player for the Soviet. A quick pass to Henderson, 19. Back to Bergman at number 2 at center. Bergman goes over the line, cleared it on into the corner. Shadron was after him, covered him, and the siren goes to end the first period with a 2-all tie. With the score, Canada 2 and the Soviets 2. This is game 1 from Montreal. Well, I think the Soviets really got a lift out of making that comeback of 2 goals. Esposito got the first one for Canada, then Henderson, and when the Soviets were down 2-0, then Zeman came through, followed by Petrov, and that was it for the end of the first period. Now we're getting underway as the puck is at center ice, starting the second period. Cournoyer cleared it back into his own zone. Bergman goes back of his own net for Canada. Played it on the right side. It's still a little foggy on the ice, but from up here, it doesn't look too bad. Blinov couldn't get away, and Mikhailov was checked. Canada trying to keep the puck in the Soviet zone. Esposito did his best, but the puck is knocked down the ice. Park, number 5, going after it, and he goes back of the Dryden with Blinov standing there waiting. Also Mikhailov. Blinov moves over, 9. Slides out to center ice. Petrov cleared it right on to Cournoyer's stick. Cournoyer weaving a bit, and the puck goes back at center. Bergman cleared a long shot. Tretiak had to stop a bouncing shot. Gusev, the defense player, shot it down the ice. It's sliding up over the line, and it'll be called for icing.
So far, Foster, the period, just both teams now are doing what I expected they might do at the beginning of the game. They're both sort of playing it very cozily. They're trying to find out what the other team might have in mind. Team Canada started off with both guns blazing in that first period, and now they're just sort of playing it cozily. And I think that the Russians are looking, the Soviets are looking for an opportunity.
I see that Zeman is out there again with Shadron and Yakushev. This is a very dangerous line for the Soviets, especially Zeman, who appears to be one of the better players for the Soviet team. The Soviets get the draw. It's cleared down to Yakushev. Yakushev lost it to Clark. Clark coming back with Ellis and Henderson, a bouncer. Tretiak cleared it off to the side. Lyapkin couldn't cover. Here they're coming from the side. Clark took a whack at it, knocked back of the net. Henderson is trying to dig that puck out. Now Clark is working on Paladiev. Both Liapkin and Paladiev on the defense.
They're having a few words there between Paladiev and Bobby Clark. Bobby Clark tried to come out from the corner, something he does very well. Now watch Clark here. He tries to jam it in the short side. He's taken down quite heavily. Now Paladiev gets up, gives him a good wrap again. He'll take him right into the corner.
From the face-off, the Soviets get the draw, clear the puck off the boards to center ice. Yakushev got over the Canadian line. Clark clears it to Berenson. Henderson down the line with Ellis. Ellis took his shot. Oh, it's close as Tretiak stopped that one, but he didn't want to move.
Foster, Ivan Cornoyer let a terrific shot go. And you'll see right here, he comes off the board, he lets it go. Or Ronnie Ellis, and that's what Ronnie does. And he had to jam his pads together. He was lucky to get that.
Yeah, that was a good move there. Ellis and Henderson combined on that play. And Tretiak had to stop it, and it went right on the goal line. Canadian team making a change. And it's the New York Ranger line of Rattel, Gilbert, and Hadfield. Sealing is on the defense for Canada with Don Orey. The puck is cleared out by Sigankov, right down to Orey, who's being watched on the play by Vilikov. From the corner, Karlamov tried to pass. He goes right back to recover the puck, and the Soviets really can backcheck, and they never stop skating. The puck is back on the Canadian defense. Sealing couldn't reach the pass, and they're still missing that team play. Down the right side, Rattel lobbed this one from the side. Maltsev recovers the puck, cleared on the right side without even looking. Karlamov goes down over the line, cutting in around Orey. A shot, he scores! Karlamov went right around the Canadian defense, Orey, and picked the corner to give the Soviet a 3-2 lead.
This is a tremendous individual effort. He beats Orey to the outside. Now he has to start cutting towards the net. Now watch Dryden come out and try to play it. He has to get the puck over to the far side, and he beats Dryden on the long side, right there between when he goes to take his pads open. Karlamov has looked the best in the 3 days of practice we have seen in Montreal. He's got speed, he's got a good shift. Now watch this. Dryden comes out to try to play it, but he opens his pads a little bit and it goes between.
From the face-off, the puck is cleared into the corner in the Soviet zone and back to center ice. Park. 2:40. The Soviets have taken the lead. Karlamov. Now then it's Red Berenson trying to come in on the right wing. Redmond with him in front of the net. Peter Mahovlich couldn't control the puck. Back they go again. Blinov on that right side. He falls. Bergman recovered. Mahovlich down on the far side. Into the corner. Fired one. Tretiak grabs it. They're right on top of him with Gusev standing by. And Redmond was almost in the net.
It's a good example there. You'll see Mahovlich gets the shot, but look at how the two Russian or Soviet defensemen come and take the man looking for the rebound. Look at Redmond. Bingo. He is taken right out of the play. Again, the shot. Mahovlich gets a good shot away, but there's no chance for Redmond to really get to that puck. Tretiak has looked very strong so far. He's made any adjustment he has to make to this different speed and shots.
Soviets are leading 3-2 after being down 2-0 early in the first period. Puck is in the corner. Redmond trying to center it out. It's blocked. Shot out to center ice where Zeman is crossing the line over to Yakushev. The drive is wide, and Dryden had to cover on that. With the score, the Soviets 3 and the Canadian team 2. This is game 1 from Montreal. Still 3-2 for the Soviet. Down the right side. Chadron was knocked over. And the point. Now on the Canadian defense, cleared it up to Esposito. Down the right side to Lapointe, who's cutting in on the left side. He took his shot. And Tretiak stopped that one. A clearing pass goes over to Zeman. 11. He fell. Esposito didn't get his check. Then Shadron lost it to Esposito, who took a shot. The Canadian team seemed to be being outplayed at this stage as Zeman speeds up over the line, pass behind him. Canada gets a break. Mahavlich going in with Esposito. Here's a shot. And Tretiak covered the angle beautifully and had that one stick in his pads. And it was Frank Mahavlich who gave it his best shot.
Mahavlich breaks up this right wing now, and Frank is now, he's a left-hander coming in from the right wing, so he's got that far corner he can shoot at, but Tretiak doesn't move a muscle. He has it covered perfectly.
Puck is loose back of the Soviet goal. Slides over onto the far wing as Mikolov failed to get out. Now Sagankov gets it over to Raglan. Raglan's 5. Canada recovers. Ellis with Henderson standing in front of the net. Raglan took him out. Maltsev is hooked on the play, is knocked down by Clark, and then hit with his stick over his accidentally on the play. The goalkeeper skates off. There's going to be a penalty here. And Canada will get the penalty. Clark.
Now here comes Maltsev breaking out. Now Clark's in good pursuit. Maltsev's making a good move here. Look at him holding onto the stick. Bobby Clark steps in underneath him, pulls his leg in, and that was a pretty deliberate move by Clark there. Clark's stick then comes down and hits Maltsev on the back. What we'll see coming up here, Foster, puck control. The Soviets want to keep the puck. If they don't get a good chance to score, they want to hold on to it. And I think we'll see a lot more passing around the outside of the defensive box by the Canadians. Red Berenson is terrific at controlling the puck. Ronnie Ellis has the speed.
I think it's more of a team effort against a group of individuals. The way it's working out, the Soviet team just seemed to keep that puck on a string. And the Canadians are going in individually. Puck is shot down the ice. Canada's a man short. Soviets leading 3-2 in this second period. Maltsev cleared it over on the far wing to Karlamov, and Bergman desperately cleared it down the ice. The Soviets are definitely the better team in this second period. Cleared pass by Sagankov. Failed to click. He tries it again, number 7, getting it ahead to Karlamov. Lost it to Peter Mahavlich, and he failed to get a shot. Another drive goes off a leg. Ellis couldn't get near, and the Soviets certainly can move the body at the right time. A pass to Karlamov there was away offside, and it's brought back into the Soviet zone.
An interesting comment on the play in that last shift there, Foss. There has been a lot of talk that when the NHL Team Canada comes out, that they're going to start bumping the Soviets around. And there is no way that the Soviets do not know how to play the body. I saw them ride Ronnie Ellis off there. They come up with the puck. They are very robust from the waist up. They're very well developed, and they have tremendous balance. Team Canada will not be able to outmuscle the Soviets.
And yet the Canadian team are heavier, aren't they?
They are heavier by maybe 10 pounds per player.
Maltsev clears it over on the left side. Lechenko carries up over the line. There are 4 Soviets right in there. Oh, that was close. Mikolov had a great chance. And the Canadian team shoot it down the ice. Tretiak having to stop it with Lechenko going back to get it, number 3. A quick pass. Maltsev, number 10, goes to center ice over the blue line. Stops. 5 of them are in there. Sagankov lost it, gets it again momentarily. Stopped by Lapointe. Then another chance for Lechenko, and a shot down the ice by Peter Mahavlich. And the puck goes into the corner with Sagankov clearing now ahead to Mihailov. Mihailov to Gusev. Clearing over onto the left wing. Petrov goes over the line. 16 into the corner. Centered out. Lost it. Mihailov Gets it back to Gusev. A shot bounces over the other side. And another shot from the right wing went wide. Gusev centers right in front to Petrov. Petrov gets his shot away, but it's wide. And the Soviets seem to get 2 or 3 shots every time. Esposito tried to get out. Lobbed it over to Mahavlich. The center ice. Over the line. Mahavlich waits. Clears over. Oh! And it was missed there by Gilbert.
That was a beautiful play by Frank Mahavlich there. A tremendous individual effort again. Rod Gilbert had just come on the ice, so Frank really should not have been aware that he was there, but he did see him. Frank pulled up and laid a perfect pass across to Gilbert, but the ice is a little rough, Foster. It just bounced off. Canada missed a good scoring opportunity.
12:18 left in the second period with Soviets leading Canada 3-2 after being down 2-0 early in the game. Puck is grabbed off by Hadfield. They have the Ranger line out there. Gilbert, number 8, takes a shot. Hadfield tried to drive it home, but there was a Soviet player right there, Paladiev. Down the left wing, it's Lyapkin going on into the corner. Rattel failed to stop, but rolls in front. And Blinov missed a good chance. Now a pass comes out with a 2-on-1. Gilbert going in with Rattel, a drive. And Krejciak cut the corner there, and he went down there to cover. With the score, Soviets 3 and Canada 2. This is game 1 from Montreal. All ready for the face-off, and Hadfield was injured on that last play and went to the dressing room. Park, number 5, was checked, and Shadron failed to go through. Now it's up for Yakushev. He's knocked around, but he sticks right with it. Shadron gets his shot, and it's wide of the goal. Yakushev, 15, back to the blue line. Park cleared it on the boards to Clark. Clark has returned from his penalty. Bergman stands in front of the Canadian goal, number 2. Now they're trying to come out slowly. Park carries up to center ice. Shadron tried to stop him. Here's a backhand wide of the net. Clark having a good try there, but didn't get any steam behind it. A bad pass rolls out at center ice. A quick break by Yakushev. Coming in on goal, he shoots. And Dryden had to be very good on that low drive. Soviets tried to keep it in. Henderson breaks out fast. One man back as he goes over the line. He hit the defense player. Shadron clears ahead to Zeman. Zeman down that right side. A dangerous player centered it. Sealing blocked it. Henderson allowed Sealing. Another try for Karlamov, who bumped the Canadian player and knocked the point flat. Karlamov had his stick on the puck. Almost shocked at what they're seeing.
Foster, the 2 things that Team Canada do the best, they shoot better and they skate better. And they should stick to that, because if they try to outmuscle them, the Soviets are too strong on their skates, and they'll take advantage of it because of that superb conditioning. There's Alexander Yakushev, 6 feet 1 inch. Big, tall left winger. Good shot.
From the face-off, the puck comes out to center ice. A race for it. Redmond coming down, and he shot one very wide and high. It's kept knocked out finally by Vikolov. French player Sagankov lets Raglan take it. Raglan clears ahead to Maltsev, and the puck goes to center ice for Lapointe. Deflected one off Peter Mahavlich's stick, and the play is called outside the Soviet blue line, with the Soviets leading Canada 3-2. Canada broke into a 2-0 lead early in the first period. The Soviets came back strong and tied it up before the first period was over, and then took the lead in this second period. Karlamov, a very tricky player, gets it scores! Karlamov led a bullet drive goal, and it beat Dryden to the top left-hand corner, It had Dryden beaten all the way, and it's 4-2 for the Soviets.
That'll nullify anybody who says that the Soviets can't shoot. Karlamov, one of their top players. Look at this quick shot. Now he catches Dryden back in the net. I honestly think Dryden wasn't set on that shot. I don't think he ever expected him to shoot that puck at that time.